education, college funding. Again, these are in the accumulator phases, and you're usually dealing with somebody in their 30s at that point, trying to save enough for their children to go to college. I have a lot of thoughts on that, but
yeah, we can get into it. So do you have children? If you do have children, what are your thoughts on education? And there's no right or wrong way to eat a Reese's. Like you don't have to pay for college. My goal is to get them thinking about it, and I want to hear their thoughts on it, because I have some clients who said, my college was paid for 100%, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do, even to the detriment of my own retirement. If I even have to work longer, I am paying 100% of my kids' college. I've had people say that. I've also had people say, this is what we're paying $50,000, and if they go, we want to save $50,000. Yeah. And that's it. Above and beyond that, that's on them. And I've had other people say, zero. We're not paying for anything. That's on them. And there's no judgment. It's what is important for you and your value set. But it is most certainly the crux of I think it's the cornerstone of your middle class family, and it's a point that needs to be addressed in the financial plan.
I want to save for my college, my kids' college.
Aren't you a little
education.
old for college?
I'm speaking in third person. I had a client that came into my office.
Rodney Dangerfield back to school?
Yeah.
They'd be great.
Anyway, so some folks say, the majority of my folks, once I lay everything out, say, well, I want to get to the point where it's $50,000 in an account.
Right.
And that's it. Or some 100, or spread out if they have different kids. There's a dollar amount that they have in their head. Once I've got that, then no more saving, let growth take over, and that's it. If they need to get a student loan or go to junior college, most of my folks do that.
And it's also part of the conversation is awareness of how damn expensive.
Yeah, when I show you know how much it costs to go to
it's bananas.
Chapel Hill.
It's
Chapel Hill.
It's like $25,000 a year.
Yep,
it's crazy.
$27,632.
And there's
in today's dollars.
Today.
So, yeah, if you've got
I do the calculations for a living.
Yeah, if you have a newborn, it's astronomical.
It's a kidney is what it is. It'll cost you a kidney.
So when you talk to middle America, you're on the hook for over $100,000 in today's dollars. Oh, well, no. Let's reach that dollar amount. They're going to have some, skin in the game themselves. And the common thing is if it's going to hurt your own retirement, everybody's heard this before. You can get a loan for college. You can't get a loan for retirement. Mm-hmm. And the other thing about when you're on an airplane, you put a mask on you first before you put it on your child. So
now, have you ever looked at
because the kids will have to take care of you. If maybe they've got a PhD and they're going to be your caregiver because you have nothing.
Yeah. But I will. So have you ever looked at? I looked at some numbers. I don't have them off the top of my head, but I ran them. Paying for the opportunity cost of using I'm going to say a 529 plan, because that's has tax-free growth as long as you use it for qualified educational expenses for college. If you have the ability to drop money, a lump sum of money, and front-end load a 529 plan at like age 0 or 1, and you get 18 years of compounding tax-free growth, hypothetically, the net dollars out of your net dollars or of the family out of pocket for education are significantly
lower.
Way lower.
Way lower. Versus
when you run the numbers, and I have the whole thing laid out. Again, I don't have them off the top of my head, but if a family doesn't fund anything, and then that kid gets to college 18 years later, and then they have to finance it, right? So the kid comes out of school, or the kid goes to college, and then takes out $150,000 in loans. Then they graduate college, And then they have a 20-year repayment schedule with interest, and that's 20 years of debt payments that they have to make. And I had this whole equation late. I mean, it is hundreds of thousands of dollars when you factor in what that kid could have been doing at a college had he not had to make those debt repayments for 20 years. It's hundreds of thousands, and if you have 2 kids, it's millions of dollars. The numbers become like astronomical, and that's just with funding college. Now, not everybody is in the position to lump sum fund college.
I've had several,
especially
with inheritance from grandparents or great grandparents. Throw in a boatload of money. When I say a boatload, maybe $50,000, just like you said, from day one. And then
just rule of 72. If you're getting 7%, that 50 will become 100 in 10 years.
And then in 220.
Right. So somewhere in 18 years.
So with the E of the RES, the education, I think it's really a balance between the retirement. Like you said, some people are going to say, I'm going to sacrifice my whole retirement if I have to. To me, I'm going to just try to open their eyes and say, well, wait a minute. We got to have a balance there. If you like what you're seeing so far, check out this next video. Subscribe to the channel. Lord willing, we'll see you next time.